Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 6th of January 2023. A few weeks ago, I was talking about our old friends, the WEF, and how they are almost on a self-destruct mission. They keep coming out with all of this stuff which seems specifically designed to make themselves as unpopular as possible. I've got no idea what is going on there, but it continues. There's a publication called News Punch where I saw this, and if I can put a link to it in my Telegram group, I'll do so, and I'll leave a invite link to my Telegram group in the description box below here. But essentially what this News Punch article was saying is, well, there's a certain taboo, isn't there? It's pretty much in Western societies the biggest taboo you can possibly think of. Starts with P, so I'm not going to go into any more detail than that. I'm sure you've worked it out. But it seems as if, well, this article was saying that the WEF is, well, they think that the P word should be legalized, basically. And it kind of explains why there's more and more articles, more and more things going on, which is almost normalizing the thing or saying that it's basically okay. Apparently the police, and I think it's Scotland, maybe Scottish viewers can confirm this, but apparently the police up there have said, well, they've renamed the P word to the MAP thing. So again, I'm not going to go into too much more detail. I'm sure you've heard about these things, and more things like this are happening, and I just do not know what's going on. But this News Punch article was saying that it's all part of the WEF agenda. It's all about breaking up the family unit in any way they can, which is all part of their Depop kind of agenda. And it does seem with these statements, if true, I'm not sure how accurate this News Punch article is, or even how credible a publication News Punch is. Maybe if you know better than I do on that, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. But if there is any substance and validity to this, it's basically the end of the WEF, because if there's one place that you can't go with the general public, it is stuff to do with the P word. And if you start coming out with statements like that saying, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, it's okay, well, you're going to sort of shoot yourself down in flames. It'd be a great one if we can confirm this is a real WEF thing, policy, whatever you want to call it. It would be a great thing to talk about with people, people who aren't on our wavelength. We can say, well, it's the same kind of people who are pushing the big V who are also saying, the P thing should be legalized. Do you really want to be associated with those sort of people and doing their bidding? It's probably not. So yeah, I'm going to have to look into this a bit more. If you've got any further information on this to send so we can validate this thing, it'd be a good thing in our armory to sort of fight back against the WEF and all of their puppets. So yeah, an interesting one, and we'll have to wait and see what occurs there. So I'm just at home having a coffee break before going off to my next job, and looking through a few bits and pieces, I've seen an absolutely classic quote here. It's by Polish author Monika Wisniewska. Sorry, probably pronounced that totally wrong. But what she says is this: the big V should be tested on politicians first. If they survive, the V is safe. If they don't, then the country is safe. How true is that? So I'd like to add to Monica's thoughts there, one of my own, and this is to anyone who thinks the world is overpopped and believes in this whole depop agenda. By the way, the world's not overpopped. You could fit everybody in the entire world into Brazil and give everybody in the world a quarter of an acre. But if you do believe this nonsense and you do believe in the whole depop thing, I would just ask you, why don't you just lead by example? How about that? So I'll finish today's video by talking about a couple of events that are up and coming. First of all, the 18th of February is when a lot of us will be meeting up in Oxford to protest the proposed 15-minute city thing. And judging from the number of people who have already said they'll be going to that, it looks like it's going to be an epic turnout, so it should be good. I think the format is speakers to start with in the centre of Oxford around 1 p.m, and then once they're done, it's going to be a little bit of a sort of a wander around the city itself, you know, the centre part of the city of Oxford, I suppose. So yeah, that should be good. And I was hoping to get more details to you by now about it's the Lurgy Big V Victim Awareness Month now in January here in the UK, and probably worldwide actually, but at least as far as the UK is concerned, there was going to be a variety of shopping trips around most of the major cities, some of them starting tomorrow and then going on from there. Although, as I said the other day, the London one's not happening until I believe it's the 21st of January. And like I say, I was hoping to have a few more details by now. To be honest with you, this thing was better publicised months ago, probably about October, than it seems to be now. So I don't know what's happening there. But I can only go on the information as and when I receive it, and I haven't really received too much of it. And yeah, I was hoping it's going to be a bit better publicised. If you know where the venues are that are happening tomorrow, please email me or leave a comment in, well, the comment section below here or on my Telegram group. That'd be really, really good. And finally, another event. This is happening on the 4th of March, and basically you might remember that myself, Marty from the Marty Bucko channel, and Lee from the Veritas Vincit channel, I know many or most viewers know who they are, and we got together last September at the Black Country Living Museum near Birmingham there, and had a really great day with about 30 like-minded souls, and it was really fantastic. And because it was so good, we've decided to repeat it, although not quite in the same format. This time it's going to be in the Milton Keynes area, which is pretty central to the country. Obviously it's right on the M1 and other major A roads, and it's a major stop on the north-south sort of rail network as well. So to come down or up from London, or sort of down from the major northern cities and even Scotland, should be sort of relatively easy. And then once you're there, it's just a short taxi or bus journey, I suppose, out to where the event is. So it's going to be from about 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. and I suppose it's basically, you could call it a lunch with Tim, Marty and Lee. So it's going to be in a meeting room in a nice hotel, and I think probably the format is, if
if I can line up a speaker, I will, but I might just do a little bit of speaking myself. I might even do something along the lines of explaining exactly how I do these videos, maybe if that's of interest to people, or maybe some other subject. But we're also talking about doing a Q&A session with myself and Marty, and maybe our wives as well if they want to get involved. And you can come along, basically ask us any question you want really, and then there'll be a little bit of a buffet lunch, and then really spending the afternoon in the company of like-minded people. So I think it's going to be a really fantastic afternoon, and there is a little bit of a cost to it, not a lot. It's well under £20, and it's going to include a few nibbles for lunch as well, and so that's going to be on hand, and this sort of meeting room as well. Not going to be making any profit on it. The amount that I've got to ask for is literally just covering the costs, and there's space for 30 people. We might be able to go over that a little bit, but not too much. So it's probably best to get it sorted sooner rather than later if you're interested in coming. Probably the best thing to do is either contact Marty or Lee if that's easier for you, or come to me, tim@fairplaynow.net. I'll put a link to that in the description box below, so you can just click on that and just sort of say, well, yes, I'm interested in coming to Milton Keynes on the 4th of March, and then I'll give you further details, payment details and all that kind of thing. And it'd be really great to see you there if you want to come along. So on that note, I will leave it. If I find out anything more about these other things, the Big V victim awareness sort of month things, the cities where it's happening tomorrow, if I can find out further details, I will put a video up about that as early as I can tomorrow morning. Otherwise, I'll be back at kind of the normal time tomorrow, and talk to you then. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.